Welcome back to the At Home with Roby show. I'm Ashley Davis along with Trent Haston from the Roby family of companies. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. That's Andrew, R-O-B-Y.com. Or you can find us on the WBT.com homepage. Trent, before the break, we talked a little bit about beach houses, our coastal division. We're now joined on the phone by David King from our team down in Atlantic Beach. David, what's going on down at the beach today, buddy?
Good morning, guys. I'm just sitting here watching a storm roll in. It's a pretty day, but not much else.
Is it technically hurricane season down your way, bud?
It is. I think technically it spans from, I guess, late June to maybe even through October. So we're right in the middle of it. So you never know when a storm will hit you. So.
Well, every day I pull up the news on my phone or whatever news station I'm on, and one of the headlines is the next storm coming up. Headed toward the Caribbean, so hopefully we won't have any direct hits this year. But good luck to you. I know storms sometimes drive a little bit of business our way down at the coast. I always tell the story during Hurricane Hugo. We tripled our labor force, and I think tried to kill my dad and my granddad. and Dad said, if I ever need money, go start trying to collect some of that money he never collected doing all that work. So,
that's true.
Outstanding bill.
September 1989.
I remember it well.
But earlier, David, we were talking about, Ash and I were talking about my trip up to the Midwest to the 50 years of farm progress. And it's cool. I think it correlates well with Eastern North Carolina. When you drive out, the way I go when we come out and visit you out there at our office in Morehead City, Beaufort, is I go up through Raleigh and then hit Highway 70 and then go out through Kinston, and I love it. It's farm country. It's what I think about when I think about North Carolina. So I know y'all having a lot of influence down there in your office in the folks that are down there coming from Eastern North Carolina.
It is. It's pretty neat driving through that. I mean, you drive through all the crops. I mean, whether it's tobacco or, you see a lot of pigs and there's a lot of produce that is manufactured out of Eastern North Carolina. And then you get down to the coast, and this area has really, been grown on fishing and boating, which is a pretty neat. It's very different than Illinois, but pretty cool.
Two quick things. About 2.5 years ago, going on my way back from your office, I passed an old farm and bought a red Massey Ferguson tractor with a matching red 1980 F-150. And
nice.
I don't know, that was an impulse buy, agricultural. But
a full-size one or like a little one you put,
no,
like a real one?
The tractor we used for a couple of years, and I just recently sold this fall because I don't really need a tractor on the river. You
know what I buy when I drive back from the beach and stop on the roadside?
Watermelon.
Peaches and boiled peanuts.
Yep.
You buy tractors. And
I buy boiled peanuts at the Chevron near my house. But the second thing is, we did a job a couple years ago down in South Florida, Palm Beach, West Palm Beach area, and I was amazed. That is fishing as well. At the tie that South Florida has with Eastern North Carolina, all fishing, and those guys give mad respect to what you have going on up there, and vice versa. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's something I never thought about until I experienced it.
Well, I don't think people realize how close the Gulf Stream comes to North Carolina, but out of Morehead City, which I think it's actually nicknamed Fisherman's Paradise, or something like that. It's one of the only ports out of North Carolina that you can actually go and get some of those big, like the blue marlin, because there's nowhere else besides here in Florida that comes close enough to the Gulf Stream to hit it in the day, which is pretty neat.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I would tell people that I was from North Carolina, and they'd say, "Oh man, y'all's fishing out in Beaufort, Morehead City is the best."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, well, we have an office there." And they're like, "What?" And so I could talk shop with them. It was pretty cool. But take your time up with fishing. How's the residential and commercial construction industry going out at the coast?
It's going fantastic. We're doing a lot of business. We have probably about 6 or 7 new homes under construction right now. Looking to start another one by year end. So it's amazing. I really think that the market has recovered on the coast. You know, traditionally it's a second home community, but there's a lot of things going on. Real estate seems to be stabilized, and there's a lot of great buys that are still out there. So yeah, we're seeing a lot going on the residential side.
That's great. You know, I was reading something. It said during the recession, for every job posted that needed an employee, there was 7 applicants for every job. Now there's only 1.4 applicants for every job now.
It's really coming back.
So I think when people are put to work, it's trickle down economics, and it drives second home construction and stuff like that. So I'm glad you're seeing the fruits of that down there at the coast, David.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's a lot of people. I mean, you look back even a couple of years, the urban cores like Charlotte and Raleigh they're on fire. But it takes a little bit longer for it to get out to, the mountains or to the coast. And I'm definitely seeing that happen this year.
Hey, David, it's Ashley. You're doing a lot of building down there. And folks, you're listening to the At Home with Roby show. We've got David King on from our coastal division down at Morehead City, Atlantic Beach. You built some beautiful homes down there. A lot of folks also are coming to you. They already have homes down at the beach, and maybe they put off doing some work on them. Maybe their parents own them or something. You guys do a lot of really quality renovations on older beach houses down there as well, don't you?
We do. I mean, I think it's always a discussion with clients on whether to remodel or to tear down and start new. But we're sort of built to be able to do both. We've got the ability to build new, but we have a lot of quality subs and relationships with architects that we can equally do as good a job with the remodel market. So.
And that ties into the maintenance. I mean, you build these houses for people. It's their second home in a lot of cases. I know people retire down there and you build their first house or their main house. But then you help these folks when they're not there. You help them maintain their house and get it prepared when they want to come down on vacation. Tell us a little bit about that process as well.
Yeah, I mean, I really like how Andrew Roby is set up down here because we build quality homes, but we really build them to last, and that's tough on a coastal environment. It's just harsh weather down here, but we really stand behind our product. So whether it's a new house or it's a renovation, we actually handle the maintenance. So it extends beyond a 1-year warranty. We maintain a relationship with the client and actually service the house coming through storms. You had mentioned hurricane season. You never know when a bad storm is going to hit your house. And, so having a home maintenance contract, whether it's small or very inclusive on what we're doing, it really does provide a lot of value to that buyer, whether or not it's a first home or it's a vacation property.
So you're saying it's good when you're sitting in Charlotte and your very expensive asset down there is sitting there all alone and a hurricane's barreling up the eastern seaboard. It's good to have David King in the coastal office on retainer, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you lose power pretty quickly out here. I mean, you're just not built you don't have underground services. You're so close to the water. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice to be able to pick up the phone and call someone who's local that can get across bridges. You don't really think about the fact that a lot of causeways end up shutting down during hurricanes. So we actually have to buy passes to get across, and we do that before every major storm hits so that we can get across and make sure, if there is a generator on the house, for example, has it actually kicked on? Has something debris-wise flown and broken a window? We handle all that. So we can give some peace of mind to folks that aren't living here. But it's equally as good for people that live here, that can't do those things, to call a builder right after a storm and help with getting power on or help with something a tree that's fallen or, it's just peace of mind.
That's great. Now, David, before you get off the segment here, you have twins on the way, man.
I do.
I just want to say congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a good thing. I have no idea what I'm in for. I'm really excited.
Nobody does, buddy.
Two girls on the way, and I have no idea. So, but thank you. I'm looking forward to it any day now.
Good luck, bud.
All right, bud. Stay safe down there. Good luck this week. We'll talk to you soon. Keep us posted on how things are going. All right, thanks, David. You're listening to the At Home with Roby show. We're talking all things beach houses and our coastal division. When we come back, we'll be joined by one of our valued customers. You're listening to the At Home with Roby show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.